So now we're on, man. So what he was just talking about, we need to figure out like some topics. What about the videos when you're talking the introduction to this Team Crypto?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on who's listening, because I'm thinking about myself 4 months ago, and I think I told you before what got me into even thinking, even leaning in. This thing you gave me says lean into it. Leaning into it is Kevin Smith in an interview talking about releasing his next film as an NFT, and I was like, "What's an NFT?"
Clerks 3 or
whatever it is.
Mallrats.
Non-fungible, and I'm a SAT teacher, and I'm like, "What does fungible mean?" Like that's a SAT word. Like I don't know what it means. And then I start learning about the history of currency, and one of the things that makes a currency is fungibility.
Right, everything's the same.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so then learning about an NFT is this irreproducible moment on the blockchain, and then saying like, okay, what's blockchain even, and how does that relate to cryptocurrency? And
It's
then
ledger, yeah.
Yeah, distributed ledger technology, and then Greg pops out of nowhere into my life, and it's like, okay, here we go.
And then we get into smart contracts, and you're like, oh, you can program the money?
Yeah,
What?
right.
I can pay you every minute?
Yes, and the notion even of combining smart contracts with NFTs and thinking in terms of assets and like cutting something into 1,000 pieces and selling 1,000th of a piece of the apartment complex you live in, and that when somebody pays the rent, you get paid and whatever.
Everything can be turned into a token, an NFT.
And so all of those things like swirling around, and coupled with what you know about mining, say, and what Greg has the opportunity with the Bitcoin mining going on with that, and like
that's going to be a big deal.
Even the thing you were talking about today, like whatever's top 20 or top 100 or whatever, the top 24 most intriguing tokens, and just taking 10-20 minutes and just laying it out for people. In our opinion, and we'll say it over and over, that Team Crypto is not a financial advisor.
No.
You probably need one. You don't gamble your rent money, like don't put your grocery money into Cardano, for God's sake, You're a grown up.
A DCR, dollar cost average, I always try to say that's the best route, $10 a week. So much safer. Because then you forget what you paid for something, so then it starts changing it in your mind to where it's not, you didn't pay 3 cents for it, you paid,
That makes sense to me based on my experience so far, because you can't help but feel like you're way down.
Yeah.
But then also, like, it's obviously time to buy, but you have the yips about
I also
buying
have
the
a
dips.
funny thing about marrying a coin. You don't want to own 10,000 of a coin. You want 10,742. If you have 10,000, then you kind of feel like if you sell one or two, it's gonna, so trying to make your numbers not relevant
That's
anymore
interesting.
is smart also. You don't want 1,000, you want 1,200.
Yeah.
274. You want it to be off. If you buy $100 of a token, it changes things because now you've got a point. You've got a cash value to it.
Right.
But if you've been buying it, for so long, then the value changes. Now it's only worth what it's worth. It's not what you paid for it. It's what it's worth.
That is wise.
Mm-hmm.
That is
it
hard-earned
makes it harder for
wisdom.
me to sell that coin, because I've had it for so long. It's
And watched it and felt it and
Yeah.
trended with it. And that's one thing I was going to ask you. I've been writing down ideas about podcasts or whatever, and it was kind of like, it makes sense to me to get a group of guys or gals and like, what tokens are you married to? Like, what are the ones that you just are in love with,
And I think you'll find that a lot of people, the ones that they are really in love with, they like the community.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got the Shiba people, you got the Doge coin, Cardano people, you got Elon Musk lovers, it's
that guy who just walked in here a minute ago, what he said, what do you think about Doge? Is that how he said it?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, well, from what I know, it started like this. It's community driven. It is a meme thing, but its market cap is wicked high. So
yeah. And it's not going anywhere. None of this stuff is going anywhere. Technology does not go in reverse.
Yeah.
We are not going to ride a horse and buggy ever again unless it's for fun.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. Crypto's not going anywhere. We have DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, DEXs, decentralized exchanges. Like, oh my God, we do not need the banks anymore.
That's the thing I genuinely want to learn about is like, does it already exist that I can put up my ETH and go get a loan from a
I can get a
DAO
loan on my
or
NFTs.
to buy a car or
To
something?
anything. Here's the thing, you put in 3 times what they're going to give you, and you don't pay taxes on it because you're not cashing out, you're getting a loan. You still own the crypto. Michael
Right.
Saylor says that to own Bitcoin is to never have to sell it. You don't have to sell it. You just put it up, get the money, pay it back. The worst they do is they keep your crypto.
Yeah. Digital collateral for real world purchases.
Insurance, leases, mortgages, rental cars, everything is going to be blockchain based. Your medical history should be blockchain based.
Yeah. Now I have an attorney
Hospitals, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Hospitals are trillion-dollar companies.
Yep.
They're going to need this
Yeah.
because it's going to be stupid not to have it.
Just all the HIPAA stuff in medicine and the smart
3 years
contracts and
ago,
legal.
you wouldn't have seen any bank owning any crypto. Now all of them are doing crypto.
Mhm.
Visa, MasterCard, please. It became cool overnight.
Who was
I
it-
went
was
from
it
being
you
dumb to
telling
being
me-
smart.
It happened fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard from somebody talking about Visa and how I heard, if you told me this, you tell it to me again, because that on average, I think there's 5 swipes a day for the regular person on a Visa card now, where you physically swipe a card or you put it into Amazon or something.
Sure.
And that I can't remember, in 2 years or something, as things go toward crypto and whatever, they think it's going to go to 10 swipes a day. And why not? Like, obviously, because of
The
everything that you're
easier it
saying.
is.
Like,
I don't
you
see
get on
people
the bus,
swiping
you
anymore.
know.
I don't see them swiping anymore.
Yeah.
Why not just use their watch?
It's a tap or a thumbprint or whatever.
Yeah. The easier it is, the more often you're wanting
Right.
to do it. And if they're giving you crypto back as a bonus, your $180 pair of tennis shoes that you just bought, and they give you 0.008, Bitcoin as a that eventually will pay for the shoes.
Yeah.
You hold on to Bitcoin long enough.
Right.
I have never sold anything and been happy with my decision. Never once have I sold anything. Any one coin have I ever sold it and been like, oh, great. Every sale has been a mistake. Every sale. It keeps going up. 4 years from now, whatever I sold now that seemed good when I sold Bitcoin at 67,000 seems great now, but in 4 years it's going to be the dumbest thing I ever did.
Right. Yeah, that's how the way I feel right now in real life is like, I want to scrounge every penny and dollar. Like, literally, I have I should bring it in here. I have a framed, uncut sheet of $2 bills.
Yeah, me too.
It's $64 worth, I think.
Big sheet, yeah.
I might cut those suckers up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
get all the actual dollars.
You need to
and
hedge.
just boom.
You need to hedge your money against inflation, and at $6 trillion of money being printed, you can't expect a gas or a gallon of milk to not go up in value and in price. It's gonna go up.
Yeah.
Gallon of milk, $7. Why not?
Yeah. Well, my DiGiorno pizzas
It's your
used to be
dollar.
$5,
It's
and
the
now they're
dollar that's not worth
$5.58.
anything. The milk's still the same.
Right.
The DiGiorno pizza is still the same pizza. Bitcoin's still Bitcoin. The
Yeah.
dollar's worth less.
And that's the thing. That was
buying
not
power.
ever a hard sell for me.
Yeah.
But there's some people. I talked to a guy the other day. We played a game of chess, and I don't know if you saw this guy or not, but he was telling me that we're going back to the gold standard for the dollar, and I was like, I was like, spinning
Tell
his face,
him
like,
to ship
wait,
it.
that's-
Ship it to Texas for me. Ship a pound of gold to Texas.
Yeah.
And tell me how expensive it is. Because security is a big deal when it comes to a slab of gold.
Yeah.
When I can put $1 billion on a SIM card or a memory card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That to me sounds as zany as horseback riding. You know, it's like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why would the dollar ever go back to gold? It's like, oh, to raise the value and whatever. I'm like, no, that's what China does. China sets currency on fire. You know, we print them extra. You know, like, they're the ones controlling the value of their yuan, but we're killing ours instead. It's a weird world, man. But crypto is here. The technology isn't going away, and
I feel like this course
Putting my
isn't going
dollars in.
away either.
I think
feel
it's
like it's going to get nothing but better. Right now, there's 40 videos. His goal is 65, with another 200 after that.
Mm-hmm.
I see a nice umbrella of information coming.
Yeah, and taking people like from novice level, which is where I literally was 3 or 4 months ago, and then, you know, holding their hand into trading and whatnot on their own, researching their own tokens and whatnot, and then turning on the fire hydrant and shooting them in the face with NFTs and everything else, which is what you've been doing to me for about 3 weeks.
With this whole Team Crypto, I feel like that it's giving you a trading style, a way of trading that is unusual to a lot of people because it's so easy to want to move in and out of stuff. And what he does is he moves little bits and keeps his stable coin growing while he's playing with the other ones. And it's so hard to do that. Like, it's a gift. It's a style that
Yeah.
you don't see normally.
It reminds me, for real, of the first time I went to Las Vegas with a friend of mine who's like a wealthy lawyer guy, and I was like, man, I don't have any money to gamble. He's like, well, here. And he peels off $500 bills, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? He's like, just do what I do. So every time I won, I take that that literal token, you know, and put it in my pocket. Because I was playing it hard because it wasn't my money. I didn't care if I lost.
Mm-hmm.
But then anytime I actually won, I was like, I'm keeping that. And then I ended up paying, and you know, it was Las Vegas.
That's
and
exactly
blackjack
what
and whatever.
this is like.
Right.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's exactly what we got here.
Like the opportunity to get it to where you're playing on house money, if you can say it
Yes.
that way. And, you know, we got to be careful with our words, like playing and winning and all this, you know. This isn't financial advice. It's just wise, see into the future advice, you know, like.
It's what we're doing.
Right.
That's the best way to say it. It's what we're doing. It's not what we're telling everybody else to do. We're letting you know what we do.
And that's one thing that's different between you and Greg than myself is like, for me, it feels to me like y'all already won the game, if I can say it that way, and now you want to share what you have experienced and come to understand for yourself. For me, I'm brand new to it and haven't gone through a divorce, and like I have 4 kids, and there's just all kinds of stuff going on in my life. It has changed the way that I think about my future. It has put out there into my own future a possibility that wasn't there before.
Yes.
To experience in my own life, with all the past and everything I've had, to experience the freedom and security that y'all, I think, feel on a pretty much day-to-day basis, which, you know, it's changed. I'm looking forward more than ever instead of looking back.
So exciting.
It's emotional for me.
Yeah.
It's not like it's emotional, but in a positive way, in a fun way, and a like, whoa, man, the possibilities out in the future are.
And you just started in August. You're 4 or 5 months into it.
Yes.
I challenge you to be 4 years into it.
Right.
Because every 4 years there's a happening.
Right.
That's where the magic's at.
Yeah.
Every 4 years, they cut the supply in half.
Mm-hmm.
If the U.S. dollar followed Bitcoin, your house would be worth $410. But that $410 would be worth so much.
Right.
Your buying power, you could spend a night out on 50 cents.
Right. You'd be adding value
You
to
could
the dollar
fractionalize
instead
the
of-
penny
Yeah.
if you would deflation the dollar.
Yes.
But they're not.
One of the graphics in our intro videos is that a
Why not?
1920-something
Yeah.
dollar was worth, I think, 20 times what it's worth now.
If your grandfather put $100 away for you, it would be worth crap right now. All the hard work for him to 2 weeks of work to make $100, put it away for his future. You get it, and you go buy it on a pizza? Kidding me? It's ridiculous. I'm with you, 100%. You got to hedge your money to save your future.
Yeah.
You owe it to yourself.
Yeah.
And
that the value, I think, comes in that hedging.
yeah.
That it's not about necessarily the value of your wallet. For me, it's about I'm doing something for myself. It's a power thing. Like I'm getting my mojo back, man.
Yeah.
You know, like this makes me want to save money.
And
not US dollars money.
Once it starts
Crypto.
paying you and you start making money off of it, that's when you're gonna it's gonna times 10. What you
Right.
feel right now is nothing compared to what it's gonna be
Right.
when your pocket is fat.
Yeah.
When your kids want something, you're not like, oh, do I have it? You're like, yeah, get 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the feeling that I want everybody to have. And doing Team Crypto is the way to do it. There's no other way to go. Join us.
Yep. We've got a comprehensive, game plan.
40 videos, a total of 65 coming, 200 more after that.
Yep. Bring 2 friends and yours is free
Bring more, and they pay you.
every month.
GoTeamCrypto.com. GoTeamCrypto.com.
GoTeamCrypto.com.